10% of all the new cars sold in Iowa come from the Carl Auto Group. Our neighbors trust us to have the largest selection and the highest standards. To our current customers, thank you. And to our future customers, see for yourself why Carl drives Iowa.
Your dealer for life, it's the Carl way.
We know that carrying your groceries out to your car seems a bit old school. That saying hello and asking about your day feels like a thing of the past. Being best at fresh, it's not just a fad. Serving high-quality meat at affordable prices? Talk about a throwback. But at Fairway, that's kind of our thing. Because some things never go out of style. Friendly at Fairway. It's more than just a name.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Cyclone Fanatic Halftime Show. Iowa State is trailing Arizona State 17-16 going into half. I'm your host, Lea Nelson. Jake Brend is joining me in the Northwest Bank studios. Jake, you look a little chilly over there.
I'm honestly warm.
Good.
I'm probably overdressed. I'm just wet.
Yeah.
It was coming down the whole second quarter, and cold rain, not fun. I can't imagine the field's in good conditions. A lot of the players were covered in mud.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I'm actually cold watching the game, and I'm in my warm house. So, but before we get started, we have lots to talk about. Let's thank a couple of our sponsors. As always, we've got to thank our presenting sponsor, Channel Seed. They present our pregame, halftime, and postgame shows, so shout out to Channel Seed. And our friends over at Carl Auto Group. They've been a supporter of Cyclone Fanatic for years and years, so make sure you check them out for all of your vehicle needs. All right, Jake, Iowa State has a little bit of momentum going into the second half. But lots of frustration. I kind of want to start with defense. Obviously, we know injuries have been an issue, but it seems like there hasn't been any adjustments. I just want to hear your take, what you're seeing, what you're feeling. Give it to me straight.
At some point, you just are what you are. You can... C-Dub has been on this a lot, where he's saying you can say next man up mentality, but at some point, the next man up just isn't as good. And when you lose Jontez Williams, when you lose Jeremiah Cooper, those next men up aren't going to be as good. And what I see continuously is whatever changed with that corner injury, it changed how the safeties play. And the safeties continuously have gotten beat over the top. And there's just miscommunications, and I just don't think Iowa State has the guys right now defensively. With that being said, they held them to 17. They very well could have given up more. Jeff Sims, not the best last 5 minutes of that half. He kind of pulled a Jeff Sims, if you will, but at the same time, Iowa State did make a couple plays. I was thinking, because I knew I was coming to do this show, I was standing in the end zone thinking about what I'm going to say, and what I had in mind was, whenever Iowa State's got a 3rd and long or a 2nd and 25, I had in my head, right now I expect a conversion before a turnover. Very next play, Iowa State converts the turnover. They score a touchdown next time. So they proved me wrong. They're going to need a little more of that if the offense can't figure it out.
Speaking of offense, let's move on to talk about a little bit about Rocco. It seems like a little bit of miscommunication, not the best throws that we've seen, a couple more drop passes. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Rocco certainly hasn't been sharp. I try to look when I'm down on the field, look up at the scoreboard to see what's happening, and it seems like there's a couple throws that on the surface look like they're on Rocco. There's a couple that I see that I think he's just trying to get put his receiver not in harm's way. Yeah. So almost intentional incompletions, but Rocco certainly hasn't been sharp. He's thrown behind guys. He's overthrown guys. He's taken some hits. He's got to be better in the second half, and he just hasn't been himself since that Arizona game, and I really don't know what that is. It's certainly somewhat mental. There could be some I guess fundamental regressions as well. He just hasn't been the same, and he made a big throw there at the end of the half. We'll see if he can capitalize on it and Just get the ball to his receivers in space, his tight ends in space.
Iowa State is only down by 1. You know, what are some adjustments on both sides of the ball that they can make to kind of open this game up a little bit?
Well, the good news is they get the ball to start the half. It's been the story of the last month where they started the game moving it, miss a field goal, settle for a field goal, and then they had a couple 3-and-outs. If they could just put it all together for one drive, it is miserable out there. The weather sucks. The game hasn't been pretty. I think if you can go out there, score, make a rattled Jeff Sims throw the ball again, maybe you can generate another turnover, go and score, put the game away. There's no doubt in my mind that Iowa State should win this game. I don't know how great of a team Iowa State is right now, but I still certainly think they're better than a Sam Leavitt-less and a Jordan Tyson-less Arizona State team, and they just can't afford to lose this game. What I've seen out of Jeff Sims in the last half of that second quarter, you cannot lose this game under any circumstance.
I was going to say, I think it's frustrating because Arizona State is missing some of their best players, and it seemed like Iowa State was going to be able to kind of blow this one open, but it hasn't been working out. And some calls have been going Iowa State's way in the sense of like Arizona State had 2 touchdowns on the board and both called back. So, I mean, it's tough. It's frustrating.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Iowa State has gotten the benefit of the doubt on a couple calls, and you gotta take that to your advantage. That's why I don't like to come on here and blame the refs. Like when we were here after the Colorado game, we could talk about that call, but everything seems to even out over the season. So now you've gotten a couple whistles in your favor. Can you capitalize on it? Can you not drop a snap on the extra point? Like, it just feels like any time Iowa State strings together 3 or 4 plays in a row that are positive, the other shoe drops, and you miss an extra point. I've seen some comments saying that Conrarty has been bad. I'm not going to say he's been great. Obviously, the first field goal is one that he should make. It's one he makes most of the time. But he didn't drop the snap on the extra point, and he missed a 56-yard field goal in poor conditions. Like this first half is not on Conrarty. I will not be hearing any of that.
What's the temperature over there? 40 degrees?
Let me pull it up. It is
not ideal.
No, I would say it feels like 45 based on. Oh, it's 45. Okay. I was just going off of my body temperature. It's not horrible out. It doesn't feel that cold. The rain is just annoying. Yeah. Really annoying.
I can only imagine. I know it's tough too because it looks like people are kind of filing out too at half. Weather isn't ideal for players, but also for fans. So hopefully they can kind of stick around and do what they need to do to support Iowa State football this next half.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I think the crowd is pretty good.
Good.
They haven't had a ton to cheer for. It's not the best crowd I've ever seen at Jack Trice. It's fine. I know it probably didn't look good at the end of the first half. One interesting nugget, I saw Taylor Mauser running down on the field with 9 seconds left. I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm guessing, just my professional or semi-professional opinion, is he thought there was no way when Arizona State got to 3rd and 12 that they were ever going to try and throw the ball. And what did they do? They threw the ball. He threw a bad interception. So I think Mauser was probably already down in the elevator.
Oh, my goodness.
Got down here and just ran on the field because I don't think he expected Iowa State to have a play to get into field goal range. I could be completely wrong. Mauser could run down at the end of every half, and I wouldn't realize it, but I thought that was interesting. So if the stands looked a little empty at the end of the first half, I think Mauser, a lot of the fans, maybe thought that it was time to go drink some beer in the parking lot. Not Mauser.
No, he's got stuff he's got to do. But that's a good point. So I love that. Iowa State's got momentum going into the second half. We're excited. They're only down by 1, so it'll be good. And thank you for joining us for this halftime show. Hopefully you stay warm, Jake. I appreciate it. Aiden, thanks for producing. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Channel Seed and Carl Auto Group. Make sure you stick around right after the game. We'll be back. Thanks.